Hey everyone, Toride. This is your boy Eddy B, aka Eddy B Song, aka Mr. R&B, aka Mr. I Do. Music lover, father, husband, medical professional, most importantly, lover of music. I love music and that's why I do it. Alright, I'm an 80s baby. I was born in the 80s. I know we talk how old I be. When I feel just guess on your own. But anyway, so about me, like I said earlier, I'm a father. I have a son who's 9 months old, and I have a wife. I've been married now for about 3 years, and I am a medical professional. I'm a nurse anesthetist. Deal with anesthesia. I am a lover of music. I have a couple of projects that have been released and a couple that are coming up more. And I'd like for y'all to continue to keep up with me and get to see what I have to offer. But I was born in Konya, and I grew up partly in Konya, part in Kumba, part in Manfe, and majority of my growing up in Cameroon was in Douala, and I went to St. Joseph's College, Sase. I actually went to Sase from 1 through lower 6, and yeah, so I guess Boyer as well. But like I said, I did a lot of moving from town to town, but my music came about a lot while I was in Sase, between Douala and Sase. I got exposed a lot to like the 90s R&B and stuff like that, and I did some music too while we were in school, with the choir and just amongst us as friends, and that's how I got to gain all this passion for music, which I hold so dearly and I love to do actually up to today. So my style of music, I could call Afrobeat, R&B, Afrobeat inspirational, but I will pers- I will personally call it Afrobeat feel good music.
Oh na na na, eh. Papa papa God na you. Oh na na. Oh na you. Oh na na. Na you. Oh na na. Na you. Oh na na. You be my personal person, you always stay around for change my life, If not before you, I for don't finish, quarter, long ago way. Make una come and see my papa, na him be my baba. Man them tiso, man them a come away. I say make una come and see my uncle, na him be my dada. All that is done for me. Oh na na, I always salute for you, All of my thanks to you, Baba. Oh na na, all my love for you. Oh na na.
Afro feel good music. Let's give it that. So, but anyway, so I chose this style of music because mainly my background. Really, I grew up, like I said, coming up mostly in like this R&B, 90s, 80s R&B feel, real good music. The Joe era, Brad McKnight, Boys to Men, that's the kind of Jodeci. That's the kind of music that I really grew up learning and inspire, aspiring to create. But as time went on, with the advent of Afrobeat, it kind of evolved because I got to see like the real beauty of African music, put into modern era, and so it gave me the inspiration to do You know, to blend the R&B, the 90s R&B, that feel good, the soulful R&B type feel music that I love with, you know, music from the motherland, music from home, music from Cameroon, from Africa. And if you notice in my music as well, I try to use my dialect in every song that I do. That actually brings me, it makes me connect more to my background. It makes me connect more, and it gives me the opportunity to pass down this style of music that I've created, so to speak. Of course, I can't claim that it is solely me. Of course, I mean the people that had, you know, who came before that made it. But this music that I'm coming up with in my own style, I'm trying to pass it down to the next generation, to my children, to other kids who want to look up and live out of Africa, live in the Western world, but they want to hold on to that sound, that beautiful sound from Africa, that beautiful music that Africa is known for. That, I mean, we're the beginning of music, really. So that's why I do what I do, and that's why my music comes out the way it does.
Now, the thing is, you do that kind of music, but you're based in the state of America.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing is sure, you do shows, Cameroonian shows with a lot of white people and all that, or you even do white shows, like shows where only white man then plenty for them.
Right.
Like when you do your songs, you sing for your pidgin, sing for your dialect and all that. What is the response?
Actually, it's really amazing because white people, they actually love it. Because, I mean, they say they need to understand. I mean, they need to understand to what they talk. They need to understand to what they talk, but the melody and the rhythm and the flow of the way that I speak, you know, the language, it sounds good. But it's because of the passion that I put in it. I believe that is it's the message that I'm trying to convey, and the passion that I put through that message, that I used to put through that message. They can feel it. They can feel the love that I have for the music. You know, music is a universal language. So regardless of what language you speak, music goes through someone the same way if you deliver it in a way that is ready for anybody to enjoy it. So people really enjoy it. It doesn't matter. I mean, I've done shows. I mean, I've had Asian people tell me, you know, that they loved what they don't understand a jack of what I said, but they enjoy hearing me have the talk. So yeah. So I'm really happy with what we're doing, and I'm continuing to pray God. I'm asking all the fans out there, please continue to support. And we have we have Afrobeat, Cameroon urban music, Cameroon music. We have, the sky will actually be our step stool from the way I see it. I mean, the kind of music that we're bringing out, it has a long, we have quite a bit of ways to go to expand it, but the quality is there, the talent is there, and let's get the wheel. Let people get the wheel to take this music and go out there as far as we can see. And I think the world is not ready for what we got, really. So for me particularly, for each of my songs, like I don't know if you actually pinpoint specifically one thing where it inspired me for do each song. I feel talk say, okay, like for like I Want to Marry You Go, for example, the first single that I put out officially. I mean, I don't do music for a while, but officially I Want to Marry You Go, and that song actually I've been singing right before my wedding, you know, and I think I write this song, and of course, obviously, the inspiration was my wife, or my fiance back then, and you know, I just felt like in the mood for marriage. So that's what actually inspired that song. Then the next song, Thank You, for me, you know, just being thankful every day when I look at life. Every day when we wake up for morning, we breathe, we'll be able to find something for chop. Will be able for smile, for waka, you know, do anything. Just remember, I said some person there for some hospital somewhere, or not even for, where they not fit do anything. So we got to be thankful every day. So some days, you know, when I wake up, I feel, especially being in the healthcare field, when I go, I see my patient. There's some patients that, I mean, they can't do anything. They live with all this burden of sickness and lots of other things going on, mentally, physically, you know, emotionally. And then most of we wake up in the morning, we not get a lot of things, and we want to complain about, oh, sun dey overshine, this sun over hot, or man, why dey over rain for us side? You know, things that are really nothing. So now why that? I mean, that the inspiration for thank you actually came from me just thinking about life, thinking about what we have, what I've acquired, you know, what, you know, just what God has provided. So now that to just continue, Papa, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for everything. So that was the inspiration for that song. And then I do is another not kind of like a marriage, but I be think of more like old school. I be think of you know, when you look back at what marriage, like if you watch the video is vintage. We're trying to take it back. So the idea behind the whole song now actually, of course, traditional. You hear the traditional vibe in it too. The njang and the breed and the bensikin with the drums and everything will be the actually try for capture that real essence of marriage. Not necessarily marriage as in the traditional form of marriage, as in, you know, say I do. Even though the song is that, but that is marriage could be between just two people, a man and his wife and his girlfriend who commit that they want to take their life into to the next level. Even two friends who want to commit themselves to come up with a project that serve community, that serves themselves. So that I do by itself, you know, I do does not I know it's more of a marriage thing. It sounds like marriage, but I was looking deeper than marriage, deeper than just walking down the aisle, deeper than just the flash, the bridesmaids and groomsmen, deeper than the ring, all that stuff. It's I do commitment between two people just wanting to be together, just wanting to just saying that we'll stick together, we will go together, just like it was back in the day. Because today now, I mean, it's all about flash. It's all about, oh, you have this, you have that. I want to drive this kind of motor. I want this kind of, you know. So that was my inspiration mostly about I do. So I kind of draw inspiration in general. I draw inspiration from just a lot of things, just simple things in life, and I try to make it in a way that can be looked at in different ways. Like, you know, for example, I do. You know, you can listen to it. It sounds like, baby, will you marry me? I do. You don't change my life for good. I know if it's a lie, now you be the one, my baby. Yeah. You know, it sounds more like traditional marriage, but I want you to also take a look at it from a different perspective of just being engaged with one another, friends, and saying, you know what, let's commit to make something better for tomorrow, to make tomorrow better for ourselves, better for our children, better for our community. And I believe that that's a key for us going anywhere as a community. Cameroonians, Africans, everybody, humans. Yes, so I've had a couple projects in the past. I had a project back in 2009. Prior to that, I've been doing some stuff underground. Honestly, I just stuff that I probably wouldn't even put out there. But I did a project officially with Avenue C. We had a group, Avenue C, with myself, Naomi Achu, and H. Bolo, the boss. One of my homeboys is still in Cameroon now. But we did a project back in 2009. It was called Camerican Dream, Cameroonian American Dream. It was quite successful, but the group didn't last because of some personal stuff. And then, you know, but officially, I put out a project that I Want to Marry You Go. That was back in 2014. December of 2014, I Want to Marry You Go came out, and then that was the first official single and the video that was shot by MT Muna and the beat was produced by Will Beats out of Maryland. And then the second project, which came out, May this year, was by, it was produced by DJ Pazzo in Cameroon. The beat was produced by DJ Pazzo, and we shot the video in Beltsville, Maryland. MT Muna produced it, shot the video as well. And then my last project is I Do, which was shot here in Texas last month, and it was released on September 2nd. And again, this beat was produced by Slim Beats out of Cameroon, good producer. So those are the projects that we have so far. We have a lot of stuff planned for the future. We're working on some things now. I'm still working with Slim Beats and DJ Will Beats out of Maryland. We're working on some projects that should be coming out soon as well. And I have an album that should be dropping. We're hoping by the end of this year, if not sometime in the spring. We're looking for the perfect time. We'll probably do that in Cameroon. If we don't do that here, the project will probably drop in Cameroon in the spring, sometime around March next year. My relationship with Cameroonian artists, I would say it's decent. There's actually one person specifically. There's one artist specifically that I'm pretty close to, that we've done a project with, and that we plan on doing more. Magasco. I have a song with him that I did. We're gonna release that, but I want to actually have a video out with it, because the song, I mean, when I've played it here on teasers, I mean, the reaction has been crazy. Throughout, white people, black, orange, green, yellow, whatever, everybody loved, every single person loved that song very, very much. So I want to come up with a video with, minus Magasco, I would like to. I haven't really worked a lot with, I haven't worked with other, artists per se in Cameroon, but I am very, very open to, and I'm really, really hoping to do some stuff to, very, very soon. I mean, one person, I want to work with everyone that I can, Here in the U.S., I mean, I've worked with Naomi Achu, but like you said, specifically in Cameroon, I've worked with only Magasco. Oh, and my boy H Bolo actually is out in Limbe. H Bolo, the hot spitter, hot rapper. Worked with him as well. But again, like I said, I'm open to working with anyone, and I'm hungry. I just want to work. I love music. And I'll do music with just about any person who's decent. We'll listen to the work, and as long as it makes sense, I'm down for doing music. For my next project, for the album coming up, I hope to get more people to feature on it, more Cameroonian artists to feature on it, and I'm looking at a couple people. I'm not gonna call names now because I don't want to leave anyone out, but I'm looking forward to working with everyone. I would say this is gonna be a little weird, but in Mamfe, when I lived in Mamfe, actually, very next door to me, to our house, was Bebe Manga. We were like next door neighbors, literally. And my dad, and Bebe Manga, the mom, they would always sit down and have oranges while we play out in the street, in the yard or whatever. And I used to listen to Bebe Manga a lot. Like, she used to sing. She loved to sing. So if I could bring back someone to do song with, like if that was a question, it would be Bebe Manga. I listened to her a lot, live, singing, and the woman was magical. And I think subconsciously, maybe I was too young. Maybe somehow she rubbed off on me something, but I honestly don't remember. Maybe in the back of my mind, when she used to sing, it used to kind of bring something out. But honestly, I mean, that's the only person I can think of in Cameroon that really, really inspired me. Whom I grew up listening to, and to this day, if I could bring back someone to do a music with, to do a song with, to do music with, I think she'll be at the top of the list. So I don't get support enough from people like from my immediate family. I don't get a fan base actually from when I started doing music back in like 2006, 2007. I don't get like a small fan base way for they don't actually follow through with me up to now, and that support I feel like say it is start to grow. I don't I mean I find more ways for actually break through more into the Cameroonian community and showcase my talent and showcase what to me I get for actually for offer to the growth of the industry. Um, so I just hope say if I feel hope if, I mean if promoters them honestly I mean this is real if promoters they actually be more supportive of Cameroonian artists, right? I mean I think we'll go a long way because I don't come across some situation the way some kind event day way I feel like I will contribute for put Cameroon on the map one way or another and promoter don't tell me say they will charge me for this, they will charge me for that, they would or they you I call them they're not going to respond, they give me a cold shoulder and stuff like that. When I really meet this person, I know say okay, will you work on Khmer, in the music industry, entertainment industry, for try to take them a notch, and you know, promoters they need to do a lot better. Honestly, I mean the talent is there, but we get for give, especially we get for give our artists them some kind incentive, give them a chance for shine, especially if an artist where you don't come for you like if you don't like my project as a promoter, just I mean if you tell me oh Eddy B I think you're whack, that's fine, then okay. I'm not be all man give a like every kind of music. I completely understand that. And they talk say every person must like what I do, but with the energy I put into stuff, at least be decent enough to tell me Eddie I don't think you'll be a good fit for our show. That's fine. I mean I'll find another thing, but I feel like say promoters are not really doing justice to upcoming artists and those who really want to genuinely try to put the industry on the map. Okay, so for me, the way I view Cameroonian music, right? Um, there was a period when it was just petit pays. All of Cameroon music was petit pays. A lot of people wanted to sound like petit pays, but they were drowned on that petit pays. Before that, there was a period when before petit pays, when you had the You Must Calculer or the Sanfan Thomas, that's when Cameroon music was vibrant. After that time, Petit Pays filled this gap until then we have now the new sound music, and so all the douleur, I feel like they kind of they kind of go from the old school and they fade into Petit Pays. You know what I'm saying? But the Yango, I mean those are the people whom I feel like when Cameroon music was really vibrant, those were the top people, and and Cameroon music was all over Africa. But once Petit Pays came, he was the only one, and his music kind of made it local to Cameroon, and it was so monotonous. No offense, I mean it was so monotonous that when the new sound of music came, Nigeria took over. Nigeria just snatched it, went up, and now Cameroon is trying. Now we're like, oh wow, okay, so we have the potential, we have the talent, we have that history behind us that we can actually grab this music thing again and run with it. And here we are, we're going up that slope, and I think we're gonna get there. And when we get there, no other country in Africa will even touch us. I believe that. So we have the talent, and all these people that you called, even the ones that I haven't heard, I know you. I mean, I know there's a lot of talent in Cameroon. I have no doubt. So we're going places. We really are. I think the Nigerian music industry, just based on sheer population in Nigeria, they have a broader fan base to start with. You know, Nigeria's population is what, 90 million, 190 million or something? 150? Cameroon is 20 or 15 or 20 million? I mean, and again, you know, the breakup of Cameroon between Francophones and Anglophones, and, you know, if you're an Anglophone, you make an English song, the Francophones, oh, they don't want to listen, they would rather listen to Nigeria, this, that. It already gives, we're already starting at a disadvantage. Nigeria, you know, even if it's only like a Yoruba person, I mean, just Yoruba themselves, they're like 50 million or 90 million, just themselves. So a Yoruba artist actually, so you in Cameroon, if you're an Anglophone, you're fighting against the barrier versus a Yoruba artist who's already selling within a 70 million, and then he'll start with that base and explode all over Nigeria, 190 and beyond Nigeria. So the industry is already starting. There's no. I feel like we have challenges that we've come through. We're still on the upkeep, but I think that as time goes on, we're going to pass through this. We're already passing through those challenges. You know, Cameroonian artists, Anglophone, Francophone, we're all connecting now together, and it'll get better. There's challenges everywhere. I mean, in every it's just like every family. No two kids are the same. Even the same kids from the same womb, they never get along. They don't necessarily get along all the time. They argue that this. So what more of complete strangers? You know, even though we're from the same country, we're strangers, so to speak. So we're gonna have our differences, but true differences. That's how we find something that comes out beautiful. We're going to get our disagreements, but there's no denying Cameroonian sound is the best in Africa. I'm sorry. Fans their role, like, of course, like, just from what I said, from two I come over talk, no two people in the family nothing did the same. No two, I mean, nobody all man fit agree on the same thing. But there's one thing we have to agree, there's a struggle. We have something that we're trying to sell out there together. Of course it has to be good. And I know there's good music out there. So fans, I feel like what fans need to be doing is supporting the good music that they see in Cameroon. If, for example, you love Stanley Eno's music, and like I said, we're all in this together. I decide that I want to do a song with Stanley Eno. I do the song with Stanley Eno. You share my music. You as a fan, you're a Stanley Eno fan. Share Stanley Eno's music. That's good. You know, your brother, your sister could be my fan, or it could be Magasco. It could be Naomi Achu's fan. It could be H Bolo's fan. So each person, if we do continue to share this music of our favorite artists, and these favorite artists are collaborating amongst each other, and essentially we're sharing all the artists' music. And when we do that, we're exposing all these artists to a huge different fan base, and that's how the industry collectively goes up. So I'm challenging my fellow artists, my fellow Cameroonian artists. Let's collaborate with each other. If there's something that you want to work with me on, and again, I'm not just gonna call. For example, I'm not just gonna call Loco or Magasco and say, "Hey, man, I want to do a song with you." And that. What song do I want to do with Magasco, or what song do I want to do with Daphne, or what song do I want to do with Askia? I have to have something in mind. I have to have something in mind. Come to Magasco or come to Askia or come to H Bolo, Naomi, and say, "This is a project I have. Do you like this?" And if he doesn't like it, it doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. He just doesn't like that project. So I'll bring another one. But my point is, let's try to work with each other. Let's give each other a chance. Let's try to work with each other. So we collaborate. And even if a fan, the biggest star in Cameroon, the biggest star, the person who's known most in Cameroon, is not liked by everyone. It's not liked by everyone. But if that person makes a song with someone else, whom some people that don't like him get to watch, then he might be buying those people that did not like him to begin with. So it's exposure as well. So if we have this notion that, oh, I'm known, you're a nobody, I don't want to work with you, or you need to pay me. I understand we all need money, and I understand that's a struggle. I understand all that stuff, but sometimes we need to just let that go. Sometimes, if an artist comes to you and he wants to work with you, he wants to fund a project. You know that we're all coming up in this game. Give him a chance. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And the fans will do their part in sharing. And like I said, this will bring us all up together. No, again, I want to thank you so much, Toride, for this opportunity. We need this kind of avenues for our industry, for make it grow. We need people to tell our stories, because, again, I believe, I actually performed at the 7th annual Miss Africa Texas, and one of the most important things that we take out of that pageant, a quote where we say, the lion, actually, a hunter gets to tell a lion story. Just let that sink in. The hunter gets to tell the lion story. Oh, no, say lion strong like 10 times past the average human being. But now hunter, they go write story about lion, go film story for show the world about lion. How? So if we not get way for bring our own story out there to the world, if we not get way for tell our own story, we will continue to be like lion. We will be giant in our own in our own right. We're giants. We have the town, we have the everything, but we be confined in a zoo. Other people don't get to tell our story. Oh, Cameroonians are whack. Yeah, Africans are whack. Yeah, so so I thank you a lot. I mean, this is a means of us telling our story to the world. Through this medium, our story is able to reach many different people. And I really appreciate this, because we have what it takes. But I've always said, Cameroon, we don't have I think that's another thing that's lacking. We don't have it. We lack the exposure. We have the material, we have everything, but we lack the exposure to the outside world. And thanks to social media, that is all changing. And even through social media, if we don't have people like Toride, and all the other wonderful people. Oh my God, yeah, Creef, shout out to Creef. Man, what they're doing, I just can't, So actually, by the way, I know Creef today was Snapchat, so I've been all day going through Creef Snapchat to try to expose what we have going with the projects coming up and the ones that have passed. So again, thank you for everything. Thank you to Creef. Thank you to Clarice Ndinge with BetterThings.com. Thank you, Kinaka Blog. Thank you, for all the Cameroonians out there. Yeah. Those are good people. So we'll continue doing what we do. We'll continue bringing out the good stuff. And we're hoping that, there'll be a continuous steady stream of information and material going out there to the world to show what we have.